Coming up on this feature special of We Are Washington.
Demont Piekaso Pinder started his art career here in D.C. and has painted hundreds of celebrities from around the globe.
I know I had a vision for where I want my art to be or where I want to go.
Plus, dating D.C. style, we've got the do's and don'ts for successfully navigating a first date.
That's all it boils down to. Approachable, friendly, positive.
Honor, remember, respect, celebrate the unforgettable sounds of D.C. Fire and EMS pipes and drums.
This is something we do out of respect for our fallen brothers.
Plus, we're taking a look at some of the best moments from We Are Washington. We have those features straight ahead on this special edition of We Are Washington. Demont Piekaso Pinder began his professional career on the road as a performing artist with Raheem Devon, adding color and creativity to the singer's live shows. Since then, he's crafted portraits of celebrities, athletes, and historic figures. His eye-catching creations have landed him on television with the likes of Ellen, Jay Leno, and Jimmy Kimmel. But before all of that, Pinder says he was just a kid who never gave up his crayons. This is his story.
This is almost a crowd favorite. You have him and his teammate kneeling. This was presented at my first solo show in D.C., the official Ice Cube signature. My name is Demont Pinder, aka Demont Piekaso. I am an artist slash historian slash creator. I was born in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Moved to the Maryland area, Maryland, D.C. area, 1988, 89. As an artist, I'm more established in DC more than anywhere. That's where my foundation is at. Everyone starts out as an artist. If you think about it, when you go to kindergarten, the first thing you do anywhere is you're drawing. You have your crayons. So the thing is, I think I just kept my crayons in my pocket. My mom remembered me drawing, I think about 5 years old. She said that she was driving one day and she looked in the back seat through the mirror, and then she saw me sketching on something. The formal training that I had growing up was watching my older sister. You know, she used to create cartoon figures, Mickey Mouse. And then also, I would say my older cousin, he used to show me how to do graffiti letters. So I remember in 6th grade, I was the guy famous in school for drawing graffiti, lettering the names on the students' books. So that's how I became kind of popular amongst my peers and build a lot of relationships that way too. It's a guy, a well-known guy named Raheem Devon. We became great friends slash brothers, built a brotherhood with inside that. And then that led into both of our talents and our careers kind of merging together. He was getting ready to release an album and go on tour. So he had asked me to quit my job to go on tour with him so I could paint on stage. And it was a cool concept. He got the idea from a mutual friend, Wes Felton. It was a great platform. We did about 16 years of touring and going around the world on that platform. Got a chance to perform for Ellen DeGeneres, Jay Leno, Jimmy Kimmel. Man, so many different avenues, countless countries and continents, all different places. How many states we have? 50? You trying to make DC the 51st? It's so many different things, so it's a humbling platform. When I say performance and it's concert related, I start during the show. So a lot of times I didn't even know how much time I have. Sometimes we have like the TV shows, we have about 3 minutes. Or we have a concert, we have about 45 to an hour and a half. So long as I know beforehand how much time I have, then I know how to design what it is that I want to design. It comes from the excitement of performing in venues that you hear about on TV and see, and the actual people. Then also a lot of performance for me means like people hire me to do birthday parties, wedding receptions, funerals, unfortunately. Man, Queen of Soul, you know, because I grew up in a household where that soul controlled our household. Great music, great vibes. So I grew up off all that Detroit sound and music and just great icons. So to be there present and feel her presence is amazing. it's humbling to know that whatever I'm creating is being received by the family in a great manner. So as long as I know that's what the end goal is, to provide a little light to their dark situation, then I'm all for it. And I'm humbled to be there. So we pay tribute to a lot of people that we highly respect and love and lost. Mr. Feeney Shakur. You'll see Omari Hardwick's signature right there. You'll see it right here on Prince. You'll see Omari's words on here. Biggie Smalls. This is one of my favorite Biggie pictures. I actually did this piece live, and then I went back over it later on and kind of like detailed it out. We have a hometown hero, Wale, signed this at a store detail many years ago. I would say this is definitely a special piece to me right here. I had this wild thought to bring my own Mona Lisa here, so this is my version. It was inspired by Slick Rick, who's a living legend, hip hop icon. I did a portrait of Mayor Bowser. That picture became kind of historic. They hung that picture in her office. You definitely have to live and breathe it. I know I paint a lot, but when you actually see it and know that the time that you put into it, I'm just extremely humbled for every platform that I'm able to perform on, every relationship that I'm able to build. It's kind of crazy though, because I know I had a vision for where I want my art to be or where I want to go, but I can't tell you that it would be here. And whatever that here means to anybody, including myself, I just didn't think it would be here, not yet. But I'm still treating it as if it's not here, if that makes sense.
They're called the Emerald Society, and those within their ranks at DC Fire and EMS simply call their group Pipes and Drums. From times of celebration at festivals and parades to solemn moments such as honoring fallen firefighters following line of duty deaths, they're there to mark the occasion.
Over the years, band members have given up countless evenings, weekends, and personal time practicing and traveling the region, keeping their unique tradition alive.
Honor, remember, respect, celebrate. The words the Emerald Society Firefighters of Washington, D.C. embody.
It's an organization of, like a fraternal organization.
We put this together to be there at funerals and line of duty deaths and things like that so we can memorialize and remember them.
Known simply as Pipes and Drums, the dulcet tones and drum beats played by these firefighters have signaled the official opening of ceremonies, celebrated holidays, and sports teams in times of victory.
A lot of parades. We do a lot of parades. We do ceremonies like this one. This is the opening ceremony for the legislative conference for the union, for the international. But we basically formed so if we do lose someone in the line of duty, we can take care of our own.
The traditional Celtic music, an exclamation point at times of celebration, and a poignant underscore honoring those who have fallen in service. A tradition they now have carried for decades.
They tried to start a band back in the 80s, but it didn't come to fruition. Then after 9/11, there was a lot of incentive for guys to really want to start the band and do something to memorialize what firefighters do and the sacrifice they make.
Band members have dedicated countless hours outside of work to practicing and performing publicly.
We practice every Monday, so once a week for about 3 hours.
And everyone has their role.
The pipe corps, so they play the bagpipes obviously, and then 2 drum corps, the midsection, which is a bass drum and your tenors, and then your snare line. I'm up in the front right, and I turn around and call off the band.
Representing the District of Columbia, both here at home and in cities far away.
We went to Buffalo a few years ago to play a line of duty death for several of their members, and they specifically asked for us to come up there. Apparently they didn't have a band, and they wanted one at the funeral services, and the whole band got on the bus and went up there. It was very sobering, but they treated us very well, the whole city did.
While Pipes and Drums plays their fair share of traditional Celtic music, they also make time for some crowd favorites for when the mood is right.
we do play covers. We play A Lion Sleeps Tonight, which is well known. And really, everything's a cover. A lot of these tunes have been written hundreds of years ago.
A lot of pipe bands will only play traditional Irish stuff, but we like to mix it up a little bit more. We play at bars sometimes, so we play a lot of fun stuff.
One of our members passed away a few years ago. His favorite tune was Fields of Athenry, so we put together a setting for that, and we play that for him.
And while obviously musical ability is important, there is really only one distinctive requirement to join.
I think a lot of people don't realize that we're all active or retired DC firefighters, and that we don't get paid to do this. This is something we do out of respect for our fallen brothers and respect for the fire department.
Going to work and doing the job is great, and getting together with the fellows after and off the job is, the camaraderie, and we have retired guys in the band as well. The unique thing about our band is everyone is a member, active or retired, so we're all have the same, connection to the job.
Serving the residents of the District of Columbia and honoring those they serve beside will remain at the core of the Emerald Society of Washington, D.C.
It's the top honor, and we're, in this group at least, we're very proud to be able to do that.
It's hard to describe. It's a good fit. It just feels right that we're able to do this for the guys that we work with and our fellow co-workers, and if one of them falls in the line of duty, that we're there to honor them. They realize how special these guys were, and that they should always be remembered.
You really get the sense that these guys in DC Fire EMS, pipes and drums, when they get together, it's a social club. Mm-hmm. It's something that they want to do. It's something that they enjoy doing and spending time with one another, but they also view it as a privilege to be able to honor fallen firefighters, other firefighters in different jurisdictions, as they talked about, being able to travel to different cities and make their events special and mark those occasions. It's something that's very important to them. And like I was saying, the brotherhood aspect of it is very, very prominent when you're able to go and speak with them. Also, the bagpipes are very, very loud, incredibly loud when you're in the room, small room, and they're tuning up.
You don't want to live downstairs from the people practicing bagpipes.
No, exactly.
Coming up, mastering the art of the first date.
Plus, there is never a dull moment making this show. Later, we're going to bring you a few of our favorites from over the years. You won't want to miss this.
Welcome back to We Are Washington. We're here at the lovely Cherry Blossom Pop-Up Bar, and this is the perfect backdrop to talk about romance. And joining me is dating expert Susan Trombetti, and she's going to tell us about how to avoid some very common dating mistakes.
Don't be nervous, okay? Because you're like, oh my God, he asked me out, he asked me out. Remember, they are a person just like you.
What's some advice about ensuring that first date goes well? I mean, are there some topics you encourage people to avoid on a first date?
Absolutely. So I always tell people, don't talk about politics, especially
now
in DC, right? No topic of politics of the week. Whatever's going on, don't talk about it, all right? And no religion. Do not discuss religion, politics, anything sad. I always say, if you don't know what to talk about, pick 3 current events that are happy stories, okay, in the media that week. The other thing is, you don't want to grill the person. They're not on a job interview. And so I've seen that a lot where, whether it's the list in your head and you're out asking them, and what do you do for a living? Okay, tell me about your family. You don't want to grill the person. A first date is for flirting.
What are some basic tips for being a good flirt?
Okay, you're doing it right now. Okay? Even though you're not flirting with me. Flirty is friendly, smiling, looking at each other in the eye, okay? And just having a good time. So if you're not this pro at flirting, okay, just being friendly. I mean, really, that's all it boils down to. Approachable, friendly, positive, smiling, flashing the pearly whites, obviously, and eye contact, direct eye contact.
I'm sure there's some common no-nos when it comes to dating. Tell me about those.
Absolutely. So first off, put your phone away on a date, okay? You'd be surprised how many people just leave it on the table, okay? And not only that, take calls. Next thing, no conversation about your ex.
Ooh,
Nobody
yeah.
wants to hear about your ex. No flirting with the waitress,
Oh, my
because you're
goodness.
not going to develop a relationship, okay, with the person in front of you. And you might say that that is obvious, but some people just like the attention, they like the drama.
Can I give you my foolproof flirting technique? I would say that everybody likes to talk about themselves. So I have found that if you ask somebody about their interests, that generally works. Not that I have been in the dating world for a very long time, but I think that's pretty foolproof. Would you agree?
Yes, I say put it right here,
Okay.
because you're listening, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. Well, Susan, thank you so much for all your great advice. And I think we had great chemistry. We didn't take out our phones. We had a great first date, right?
And we flirted well.
Exactly. Cheers.
We'll never have enough time to show you all of our favorite moments from We Are Washington, but after the break, we're going to do our best and we're going to try. So don't go away. Welcome back. If you've been with us here on We Are Washington since the very beginning, you might know that from time to time we enjoy taking a moment to stop, to reflect, and to take a look back at where we've been. So now, here are some of our favorite moments from over the years. Mayor Muriel Bowser,
DC gets a fresh start.
60th birthday of Ben's Chili Bowl.
And it's where culture and culinary come together.
Latin beats from around the
We
globe.
have those stories coming up.
We Are Washington starts now.
Nothing brings a city together like a championship.
All-Star Fan Fest is in its 27th year, and it's a great way to celebrate the game.
Virtual reality batting cages, historic memorabilia.
We have some special guest hosts on the show this week.
We do. Some of our friends we visited with the Washington Valor.
We are Washington.
We are watching. What? No.
The wait is over. DC United is playing their inaugural match here at Audi Field.
We are Washington on DCN.
We are watching on this.
Yeah.
Capital City Go-Go. If you love basketball, you're going to love this. One more time.
Wow.
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
It's fast-paced, it's exciting, a lot going on. That's our game.
We're unlocking the secret of making a great bagel. Look at the steam coming off of that. Wow.
Coming up, weddings in style right here on We Are Washington.
We are watching or watching.
We are Washington on DCN.
Today, we're at AwesomeCon here at the Washington Convention Center. I feel like I'm a little overdressed. Is that right? Am I overdressed?
You need a mask or a cape or something, though, to really fit in.
I want to officially welcome you all to Emancipation Day.
All right, everybody. DC, how we doing today? Sam Leck is using his skills to change the lives of those still living in his home country.
Put your finger here, sir, Mr. Matt. Hold the card.
Yep.
Is that your card?
That's the one. That's it, yeah.
Do you think we could talk to Whoopi Goldberg?
Hi, what's going on? Hi, hey guys, how are you today?
Someone like me who shows up at a convention like this, you know, do I look a little bit overdressed?
Be the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe.
We are watching
on DCN.
We are watching on DCN.
Yes, sir.
If you're like me, you take notice when fabulous new ice cream shops open. That's why we're here at Nice Cream to get the scoop.
Wow. No, it really is. There's a lot of flavor in there. Good. All right, I'm done. You gotta go finish the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to this special edition of We Are Washington, straight from the historic swearing-in ceremony of Mayor Muriel Bowser.
It's called Hands on Hearts, and DC Fire and EMS is using this technique. Oh! If you love food, do you like food?
I do.
Okay, then you definitely want to see the Embassy Chef Challenge.
Okay.
This is an event that
combines two of the best things in the world, fashion and dogs.
All right, have you ever seen skills like this?
It's 202 Creates, the kickoff of the Creative Economy Month here in Washington, D.C.
We are Washington on DCN. Yeah!
Learning about Demont Pinder and his story as an artist, the dating expert, and then finishing it all up with some of our best moments. That's probably the best way to sort of, end the show and bring everything home, right?
It's great to look back, and you really forget how much that we've been able to, participate in, and it just reminds you about what a great city we live in and how much fun stuff is going on.
Now, I know we've had this conversation before, and it's tough to name favorites.
No,
it's
I
like
don't
you
like
can't
this.
you can't call a favorite feature. It's like having a favorite kid, right? But
Which we don't have.
Well,
No.
no, that doesn't happen. But now, with the best of moments and between the ones we saw today, is there anything out there you're like, oh yeah, that was a favorite?
Well, I did enjoy speaking with the dating expert because it did really make me appreciate how happy I am not to be single. That was a good reminder.
Yeah.
That
all the rules and all the,
I'm not sure how I would do in this day and age. So better that I'm just like not participating.
Yeah.
But
and watching the best of moments, we saw the guys from DC Valor, the arena football team in DC, and it just reminded me about how much fun we had actually going out to the practice facility, and all of these guys that were out there, they were practicing, they're focused, but they're also kind of goofing off for the camera too. They were a lot of fun to have the camera around because everybody wanted to be on. Best of moments, great way to really cap everything off. And you saw all those kind of condensed down into a small package, but guess what? If you want to see every single one of those, you really can do it because you can go on YouTube, you can search Entertain DC, and we have a list. It's a whole playlist of all of our full episodes, but it also includes things like the Embassy Chef Challenge, like Ben's Chili Bowl and the mural unveiling. You can go there and check all of that out.
Yeah, we gave you just a little taste. You got to follow up and watch the whole thing.
We want to entice you and bring you in. All right. Well, that is all the time that we have for today.
See you next time.